Hi and welcome back to the Daily 3D Print. Today I'm going to import all the previous tutorials we've done about the wine glass and the wine bottle and the simple table, and we're going to make a new scene in this file. The first thing we need to do is import the table, so I'm going to go to File, Import. I'm going to choose my simple table that we saved earlier. I'm just going to place it in the scene. You may remember that this is what the table looked like when we modeled it, just a simple table. Next thing I'm going to bring in the wine glass. Same thing again, File, Import. Take the glass this time. I'm going to place it on the table. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit for it to come in, but here it is. And then to bring in the wine bottle as well. Same, import wine bottle, and hit the import button and bring it in and place it on the table. So now we've got all three objects in the scene. Now you can see that everything looks a bit plain here. It's all got the same color. There's no glass material at all, and I wanted to just hit on the shadow button here just to show you how the shadows work. Now, shadow doesn't work too well on glass, I must say that, but before we put the glass material on here, I'll just show you what it looks like. Over on the right hand side here, on the default tray, I've got shadows, and if I open the drop down menu, this first button on the left is the shadow button, and here if I activate the shadow, you can see now I get a shadow from the table, from the wine glass and the bottle. And if I adjust the time of day, just now up here over on the right is I can adjust it so the shadow is longer or shorter depending on the time. If I just move these two over a little bit so you can see the whole shadow like this, and I can also adjust the date as well as the date. So if it's in June here and it's around noon, the shadow looks like this. Or I can move the time of day, and you can see the shadow updating in real time. So choose something that you think looks good in your scene. Now, if I'm going to put glass on this wine bottle and the wine glass, just going to close the shadow default tray and go over to the materials editor or the materials library. Expand the drop down menu, and then over here on this menu I can click and I can choose loads of different material, but here we've got glass. Now in my library I've merged the old glass from a previous version of SketchUp into the latest version, so yours may not look like this. I think the original one in the latest version is just the first four. But I've also imported these other ones from a previous version. I can show you what it looks like anyway. Straight off with we can choose this first one. I can double click on the wine bottle and then triple click and make sure everything's selected. Then take the material, the glass material, and when I do it, you see I get this little paint bucket, and that means that the material is active and I can place it on an object. So as long as everything's selected here, as soon as I click on one of the sides, it should place it on the whole bottle. And there you go, as you can see. And I can see the shadow has disappeared. It's quite sensitive when it's with glass, but it don't matter. I'm just going to show you how it works. Place the glass on the glass material. And there you go. Now you can see that the wine glass has still got the shadow, but not the wine bottle. And this is it's got to do with the amount of opacity that is active just now on this glass material. Even though this glass shouldn't be showing the shadow, but I'll show you anyway. If I select edit on the material, I come to this color wheel, and a little bit further down is opacity, and that is how much we can see through this material. I think it's around 70%, and the shadow should come back. If we move it up to 65, around 70% opacity, then the shadows come back. If it's important for you to have the shadows, then change this to around 70, and then you can go back to the shadows again and just adjust the time of day. You can see a lot more effective when you use shadows. If I was to turn the shadow off, sometimes it looks like the objects are just floating on you can't really see that it's sitting on the table. It looks like it's floating. Well, as soon as I hit the shadow button, which is here, then all of a sudden a lot more realistic. So yeah, it was just a quick tutorial to show you how to import objects, and especially import the objects that we've already done in a previous tutorial. And you can make a nice little scene out of this one. Maybe make a copy of the wine glass with the move tool and control. Place the copy at the side, and the wine glass, the wine bottle, I mean, at the back. And there you go. If you wanted to, you could place material also on the table, so it's not just white. You could find some nice material here in the material library. So there's all kinds of things here: metal, plastic, roofing, all kinds of things, tiles. So if I was to go into the group and select the surface on the top of the table, and then take this material, tiles, like this, if you wanted. I'm not saying that this looks fantastic, I'm just showing you the materials, but you choose whatever looks good for your table. So I'm going to take that away because I'm not really keen on that tile, but there you go. Quick way to import objects into your scene, and then you can save this and put it into a house maybe later in the kitchen. And we are going to actually do a house tutorial a little bit later, so save this and we can reuse it again. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again for more tips and tricks in SketchUp.